Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the Car Boot Crafter, and I'm carrying on with my So What Did I Get for Christmas series, really short series of just exploring what I got for Christmas. So I had a few kits given to me, so I thought it'd be fun to put the camera on and do it together. So yes, not yesterday, the day before's project was to make this little bookmark, and I've since gone on and done a second one. I just need to attach the other tassel, and yeah, so that was yesterday's, well, the last couple of days project, because I had to wait 24 hours for it to set. So this is today's project. It's a paint pouring project, and it's stones which you get in the kit, surprisingly. So I got 4 stones in the kit. It does say to have a piece of canvas for any leftover inks, and I haven't got any canvas, but I do have this oil pastel pad, which is, I mean, it is board, so I thought that might do instead. So I've got that in the kit. You also get these 2 inks, which I haven't opened yet. You get these 2 inks. So you get a blue and a white, and just to say as well, I don't know, because they were gifts, I don't know where they've come from. I would hazard a guess somewhere like B&M or the Works, or maybe the Range, or somewhere like that. I could ask, but they won't tell me in case I go looking and seeing how much they spend. So yeah, so you get 2 inks, a blue and a white, which are there. You get these as well, 2 little pots and a stirrer, and you also get some gloves, which I'm really pleased about, because yesterday's gloves are still too tight. So yeah, so I've got these, and I've got an instruction book as well, which is very similar to the book that came with the bookmark kit, So I don't know whether it's the same people. It says The Craft, and I don't think the other one was The Craft. I think it was a different company. But yeah, so I've got the instructions, and I've had a read, as always. And there's lots of information in here. There really is, if you wanted to do paint pouring more. But I'm going to just follow the instructions for these stones. There's loads and loads of examples and things and places to make notes and ideas and other different paints that you can use. But I haven't got any other of these inks, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. It does say to prepare the surface, so I have my tray again, so it's a little bit wet in there because I've washed it out, because I didn't want the inks picking up any dust or anything. So I've washed that out. So I've got those ready, my stones ready, I've got my inks ready, my stirrer, and I've got 2 little cups. So it says making sure you covered your surface. Got it's covered. Collect your pebbles, 2 inks, cups, wooden stirrer and gloves. Got it. Next, pour your colours into individual cups and mix. Make sure there are no bubbles or lumps of ink present. If you think your ink is too thick, you can add a tiny bit of water or pouring medium. Okay, so, and I'm not going to put, I was going to pour them in there, but I realised I need another cup, which I haven't got. I haven't got another cup, because you need to pour it then into a 3rd cup to do the mixing. So, oh gosh, that does look very thick, doesn't it? So let's stir the white first and see how that is. Oh gosh, that is very, very thick, isn't that? That's really thick. That's not going to pour on anything. So I have some water in a little spray bottle, so I'm just going to spray some in there and see how we go. It does say does say be very, a tiny bit. So let's, oh, that's better. Oh gosh, no, that's probably a bit too much in there now. Never mind. Maybe once I've got the lumps out. So giving it a good stir to get those lumps out. So, and there's plenty of room in the pot actually. I thought it was full all the way up, but it's not. So that works fine. So I'm giving it a good stir, trying to get all those lumps out, making it nice and thin. Not thin, but you know, nice and smooth. That's the word I'm looking for. So I don't think that's still not going to pour, is it? So a bit more water in there. And let's stir it again. I think the blue's going to be the same, isn't it? So that's a bit more of a pouring. Oh, although very, very lumpy. So maybe I should have given it a good shake before I opened it, but then it says be careful not to get bubbles in it. So I thought if we give it a shake, that's going to make it even more bubbly and what have you. Perhaps I could have given it a shake earlier and then come back to it once the bubbles have gone up. Lesson learned. Good. Actually, it's good because I've got a second one of these kits, a paint pouring kit, but it's a bigger kit than this. So I thought I'm going to start with the little kit first off. So if any lessons I learned from this, will that pour? What do I think? Do I think that will pour? Not really. Let's put another couple of squirts in. I suppose these have been standing on the shelf in the shop for a while, so maybe they've dried out a little bit from that. So let's give that a good mix. So that's still quite thick. I can feel that's quite thick, but I want to make sure that I can pour it. You can see, yeah, it's getting quite smooth now, look, isn't it? Although I have to say there are bubbles in it, but you know, I'm having to give it quite a good stir. So I think that's going to pour. So let's leave that. Hopefully some of those bubbles will come out. Now I've got to do the blue one. So I should have put, actually, oh, look at me. I did this last time, didn't I think? Need to put, I've even taken my watch off because I don't want to get ink on me watch. So let's pop this back in here. There we go, hands in. Although that's not brilliant, is it? I've got the heating on, so I'm a little bit sticky because it's nice and warm, nice and cosy in the craft room with the heating on. It's probably the coziest space in the house. So so yeah, that's that's really thick. I'm sure you can see how thick that is. Yeah, very, very thick. That's not going to even fall off me. Yeah, that's not even falling off me lollipop stick, is it? So let's get some water in there. I'm trying not to go too mad with the water, but I still need to get it in there. And well, now it's gone lumpy. Mind you, the white went lumpy as well, so let's give that a good mix, and hopefully that will go nice and smooth like the white did. So yeah, I think it would have been nice if they'd given me a third pot, because I think I could have stirred this into one of these pots much easier, and then had a pouring cup or a pouring pot to do that. That would have been easier. A bit more water, I think. So note to self, when I open the big one, if there's not enough pouring pots, get some. I don't know where I'm going to get them from, but I will find. Maybe even an old paper drinking cup should do. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know anyone that does paint pouring to ask. I'm sure there's, well, I know there's lots of people on Facebook and all the rest of it that do paint pouring, but I don't know who they are. Or, yeah, it's not something I've followed, but until I got the kit. So, will that pour? What do I think? Will that pour? That's not pouring. Bit more water. Mix that in. Hopefully that'll mix in nicely, because I can't now go into the white paint with my stick, can I? Because I'll get blue ink all over it. Right, that's mixing in. Now you're going to pour your inks into your cup. Start by pouring your darkest colour first. So a little bit of this blue first. Oh gosh, that's quite thick still. A little bit of this blue first. And then your second colour on top of this. We only want to pour a very small amount each time, a teaspoon amount. Repeat this process until all your ink has been used up. Okay, right. So let's see if I can get this mixed up and ready to pour. So I'm looking forward to doing it and see how it turns out, but I've kind of got a feeling this is going to be a mitigated disaster. But let's see. Mind you, the my bookmark turns out well. I like that. I'm happy with how that's turned out. I'll pop that there. So a little bit of blue. Oh, let's pop that down because I think I need my right hand now. So put that. Look at that. I've got ink on me already. How have I done that? Right. Okay, so pour in the blue first. So about a teaspoon it said. So a little bit of blue. That'll do. Then a little bit of white. Perhaps doing it one hand at a time. So a little bit of white on top of that. There we go. I guess this is how you get the effects, isn't it? By sort of marbling them together. A little bit of blue. And a little bit of white, and keep doing it, I think, from the instructions. So there's some white on there. And I have seen people do this, and they use all sorts of different colours and what have you, or lots of different colours. I'm only using two because that's what came in the kit, but I've seen them where they've used several colours and get the most amazing effects. So there we go. And this is probably the last of the blue. Oh, the white's gone on there, look. Oh gosh. Ooh, I'm getting this all over me now by not paying attention. So is this the last of the blue? I think. I'm going to be here all day waiting for him to answer. So that should do. If there's a little bit in there, I'll let it catch at the bottom, and then I can finish it off on something else. And the same with the white. Is there any white coming out? Come on. You know you want to. Oh, it's very, very slow. Perhaps I could have made it a bit thinner. Oh. Right, nearly there. Yeah, that's coming out really, really slow. That bottom needed a bit more mixing, perhaps. I think what I'll do is I'll put a little bit more water. Look, it's getting everywhere. I'm such a messy crafter. Right, I'm spraying some water in there. I'm going to put the lid on. And ink everywhere. And I'm going to give it a good shake. and I'm going to leave that to one side, and I'm going to do the same with the blue. Get some in there like that, and put the lid on and give it a good shake, and then I can get another piece of board or something and give it a try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not a problem. Let's clean that stone off a little bit. Not very much. Look, I've got ink all over everything, haven't I? Oh, gosh, what am I like? Okay, so now I've got my pour ready to go. So let's see what the instructions say. Now it's time for the fun part. Lay your pebbles down on the surface and pour your ink over the top. Do make sure to move your cup as you're pouring to cover the whole surface of your pebble. At this stage, you will start to see your inks flowing effortlessly over your pebbles. Your two colours will create a beautiful pattern. Well, let's see if they do, shall we? Right, I'm going to put them a little bit close together, but not on top of each other. I want a little bit of a gap so I get inks down the side. That is a bit wet. Oh, look at that. I'm making a right pig's ear of that. Hold on 1 second. Have I got something? Must have something. Why is it wet? Oh, I bet I sprayed it. I bet I've got spray all over it. Water spray all over it. I've got some whites, but I don't want to get ink all over the whites. No, I'm going to leave the whites. I'm going to leave it and see how it goes. I'm going to start this end. Right, so wish me luck. My very, very first pour. I'm going to go on this one because it's really flat. Okay, so it says just pour and move the move it around. So I'm presuming it means move that, you know, like that. So I'm going to go up a little bit higher. I was a bit close. Oh, it's just okay. Okay, I think this is still too thick. That is still too thick, isn't it? Let's leave it and see what happens. Oh, it's just coming out as a blob. Okay, let's leave that. See what happens. Same with that one. Yeah, I've done it too thick, haven't I? And then the last one, like that. I'm going to come back, put some more ink on here. I was hoping to do some on the canvas, but I'm not sure that's going to work. Right, I'm just going to let it sort of settle and flow. Yeah, that's still too thick. Because it's my first time, I don't know what the consistency needs to be, and it doesn't actually tell you. So I'm just leaving it to sort of move around a bit. I like the pattern. I have to say I like the pattern. I'm going to hold it over that and see if I can encourage it to go one way or the other. So, yeah. Okay, it's starting to cover it. Right, lesson learnt. Next time I do a pour, so when I get the bigger kit out, it's got to be a lot thinner than that. Right, if I see if I can pour it this way. See if it'll pour. It'll move this way. If not, there's still a little bit in there, so I can always come back. It's very slowly moving, very, very slowly, and I don't want to get my thumb on it because I don't want to ruin, because I quite like that look. I do like that pattern, it's lovely. So let's see. Come on, let's get you to the edge. It's going, it's going, it's getting there, look, it's getting there. But I think we can say that paint pouring is not my bag. Right, are you going to go to the edge? Just go to the edge. Please. I want a nice pretty, at least one pretty stone. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a minute and work on these now. Look, so that's they've kind of poured, but not over the whole of it. So let's see if I've got a little bit of ink left in here that I can get to pour on those edges. Come on. I don't want to put my in to encourage it because I don't want it to go all over. Or mix it so much that it just doesn't look like a good pattern anymore. So I just want to make sure I get those, try and get those edges covered a little bit more. But that seems to have worked a bit. What do you think? Do you think I should just give up and see it as a bad job? Yeah, I think I should just give up. Let's keep trying. If in doubt, I can slap a butterfly on it, can't I? Or a flower. Right, I am going to give up, and I am going to use this to kind of scrape that out a bit, because I think I need to scrape it so that I can get those edges done. I want to get that edge done as well. This edge. Come on, let's get you out. Yeah, this is far too thick, I think. Far too thick. So that's a good learning learning curve, but what a shame, because I've wasted all that. Mind you, it's not wasted, I suppose, is it? Not really, because I've still got some very pretty stones, although not completely covered as I'd hoped they would be. Right, let's see if I can get these corners done. They're not corners, but you know what I mean. These edges. Yeah, this was really thick ink to start off with. Now, I thought when I saw it, I just kind of assumed that it would be at like a pouring consistency when I opened it. So I'm just going to scoop that back up, put it on that edge there, and hopefully that will cover that edge, because it's poured, sort of. I bet the professional paint pourers don't have this problem. Mind you, maybe they did when they started, who knows. I want a little bit. Now, it did say I'd have enough, have a canvas ready for any leftover, and I'm not going to have any leftover because it's kind of all either in the bottom of the tray, or it's kind of on the stones. Let's move that over a bit. Oh, there's an edge there that needs covering. Let's see if I can get some of this on there. It's going from bad to worse, isn't it? Right. There we go. Right. Okay. I'm going to call that done. So, next thing I've got to do is move them away from the puddle. Now, what can I use? Just thinking, have I got a bit of paper or something? Let's take that off. I've got some paper here, so I'm going to take some of this and use these to sort of stand it on. 1, 2. Let's move that out the way. Don't want ink on me if I can help it. And there's 3. I don't know whether this is going to work, but we'll see. Right. Oh gosh, I need to put this back on again, don't I? Aye. Right. Plan ahead. Plan ahead. I'm going to have to do it left-handed, aren't I? Okay. Oh, look. I've just spotted an uncovered bit there. Let's just cover that up. I'm hoping it's going to just drip down there and cover that bit up. Oh dear. Right. I don't know. I don't want to lift it because I'm going to have to, because it says take it out of the puddle and leave it somewhere to dry. But if I lift it, I'm going to smudge the pattern on the side, aren't I? Oh well, if I have to lift it, I have to lift it. But yeah, I think if I ever did this again, I'd put a lot more water into this ink, and much more of a pouring constituency. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, and perhaps raise it up onto something. Not quite a baking tray, but do you know what I mean? Something. Oh look. So that side's not at all covered. Yeah, something that's a bit more raised, so that the paint drips down from it, and then maybe gather it up in another tray or something, so that I don't end up with quite the mess I've got here. Let's cover that. Oh dear. Right, okay, let's scrape this out and see how we go. Can I get any more out of this and get that covered? So that's going to go that way, and this bit of ink I want to go down this side. So the problem now, it's instead of being marbled, this is now just a lighter blue. So I'm not getting that really nice marbled effect when I'm adding. So like that one, I think that one looks really pretty. But yeah, if I put any more on that, that's not going to give me that effect, is it? So I'm just going to see if I can lift this one. What a mess. And the last one I'm just going to lift. There we go. That's out the way. So now I have to leave it for 24 to 48 hours. So I think I'm going to leave it. And I will do a video and show you what it looks like, how they've turned out. But yeah, what a mess. Not quite a fail, but not exactly a win either. Anyway, I'm gonna give up. I've got paint on me already, so I'll see you all hopefully the next video when I show you whether they've dried or not. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Oh dear me. Any hints and tips for the next one? More than welcome. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.